Okay, so this is the last thing. If this is how we're going to convert radians to degrees. Now look at the conversion. It's the exact same thing as degrees to radians, but the reciprocal. So make sure you understand that when it's radians that you're starting with, that you need pi in the denominator. When it's degrees you're starting with, you need pi in the numerator. So make sure that you get the correct conversion for the correct direction. I'm going to know that these are in radians because of the fact that they have a pi on them. So this doesn't look, there we go. So what I'm going to do to convert these to degrees is I'm literally going to put 7 pi over 30 times 180 over pi. And what's going to happen is things are going to start to cancel. When I'm doing this, the pi's cancel top and bottom. I can reduce the 30 with the 180. That gives me 6. And then all I have left to do is 7 times 6. And if you remember from the very last video, we started with 42 and got to 7 pi over 30. So now I'm showing you how to get back there. So that's kind of how that works. As far as 5 pi over 4 goes, we're going to take 5 pi over 4 and we are going to multiply it by 180 over pi. And then what's going to happen is we're going to cancel what we can. So the pi's cancel. 4 does divide into 180, and I think it's 45. Yep. And I'm going to do 5 times 45, and that will give me 225. And that's what we got on our last one, 225 degrees. So that's kind of how you do this. I've got one more here for you, and then I need to show you the finale on the same video, of course. This one, 2 pi over 3. We're going to multiply that by 180 over pi and cancel. So we've got the pi's cancel, the 3 goes into 180 60 times, and 2 times 60 gives me 120. So I just showed you how to get from radians to degrees. In the last video, I showed you how to get from degrees to radians, and notice the answers all match. So this is foolproof. This is the way you do it. Now, when I'm trying to figure out what 1 radian is, 1 radian. So if I want what 1 radian converts to in degrees, it looks a little different, but you do the same stuff. You're going to take 1 times 180 divided by pi, in which case you get 180 divided by pi, and you are going to type this into the calculator. Okay, so I'm going to type in 180. Now watch this, okay, because you're not using 3.14, you're using the pi button. All right, so you have to find your pi button on whatever calculator you're using. On these calculators, the pi is the 4th one down all the way on the left. And then you're going to hit enter. And this is what 1 radian is approximately in degrees. So we use 57.3 to represent the number of degrees in 1 radian. And again, the reason why we had to do that was because these don't reduce nicely. This does not reduce. So you have to type this into the calculator to get an approximate value. Alrighty, so this represents your beginning of circular trig lesson. You learned how to draw angles on the unit circle that were both positive and negative and large. In either direction, you learned how to convert degrees to radians and radians to degrees. And of course, you learned about quadrantal angles. All of these notes that I have for you, that I've made for you, you should have so that you have a great foundation for you to build off of. This is the beginning. This is just the beginning. Go ahead and work on your assignment and contact us with questions.